Hello. Hi guys, we're in Auckland Maritime Museum. It's amazing. The New Zealand Maritime Museum, or Huite Ananui a Tangaroa, in Auckland's Viaduct Harbour, showcases the nation's rich maritime history, from Polynesian voyaging to modern America's Cup triumphs, featuring artifacts, historic vessels, and interactive exhibits like the Black Magic Yacht. Museum entry is free for all Auckland residents, of course, with proof of address. And for visitors, for adults, it's 24 New Zealand dollar. For senior or students, it's 19 New Zealand dollars. I think I showed them my student's ID and I got a discount. For children age 5 to 14, it's 12 New Zealand dollar. And for family pass, that was 58 New Zealand dollar. The museum is open every day except Christmas, and the time opens from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. The museum houses over 3 million taonga, or treasures, and artifacts documenting Aotearoa's relationship with the sea, spanning from early Pacific migrations to modern competitive sailing. The museum's holdings are organized into the following core collections and galleries. Heritage vessels. It's on the water fleet, a collection of over 130 historic watercraft, ranging from ancient waka or canoes to the 18-meter catch frigate scow, Ted Ashby and Sir Peter Blake's winning America's Cup yacht. And what you see here, they are heritage vessels, including the story of voyaging and settlement. It was all very interesting to me because I love learning about the history and seeing all of these vessels themselves. Like, oh my god, I couldn't believe like I am learning the history of Maori and the first settlements here in New Zealand.
Sails and ropes are made of synthetic fibers, and gas is used for cooking. If you'd like to know more, choose one of the other options.
It is amazing what you can find by learning history. For example, New Zealand settlement history is defined by two major waves. They are Polynesian voyagers between 1200s and 1300 CE who established the distinct Maori culture, and the influx of European colonists and traders centuries later, most notably following the Treaty of Waitangi in 1840. Funny that all my life I thought British was the only colonies, that the British was the only one who arrived in New Zealand. But guys, to my surprise, they were not. There was another nation that arrived first in New Zealand before British. Oh my god, it was mind-blowing to me. And they were Dutch. Dutch explorer Abel Tasman first sighted New Zealand in 1642, though conflict led to an immediate departure. British captain James Cook thoroughly mapped the coastline in 1769. Initial European presence consisted mostly of itinerant sailors, whalers, sealers, and missionaries. Auckland was initially an unplanned settlement, established solely by settlers themselves through migration and immigration to the area. Since the 1980s, the museum has been acquiring a collection that shares the maritime stories and history of Aotearoa, New Zealand. The museum holds a collection of over 130 watercraft, ranging in size and complexity from a surfboard to an 18-meter catch-rigged scout at Ashby. New Zealand is one of the most maritime nations in the world, and the story is affected by the sea through immigration, trade, design, innovation, and leisure. This museum is a hub for all of these stories. It expresses in the galleries and through the programs of events, special exhibition, heritage sailings, and more. The museum houses one of the nation's most important heritage collections, which covers the breadth of the relationship with the sea from the Great Pacific Migration 1,000 years ago to the cutting edge of modern technology and design used in America's Cup. Its Maori name was given by Sir Hugh Kawaru, and it means the dwelling of Tangaroa. So Huite Ananui a Tangaroa means the dwelling of Tangaroa. It is based on the ancient Maori and Polynesian understanding of Tangaroa, the creator of the waves and life within the oceans, whose breathing makes the tides ebb and flow. In Maori lore, Tangaroa makes his home beneath the sea and is vividly described in traditional wakairo or wood carvings and tamoko, living skin art. I'm going upstairs now. Maritime Museum faces Viaduct Harbor. From here you can see beautiful view of the yachts. Oh my god, look at the clouds. It's so beautiful. There's like, I don't know, event going on there. Like probably weekend market. And after we're done at the museum, we continued to the event at Viaduct Harbor. We wanted to check out like what's going on. It was quite a hot day and then I couldn't stay very long under the sun. So we just quickly browsed what they had, what kind of food they had there. They look tempted, you know, it looks all amazing, the seafood especially. But it was too hot for me and I didn't want to get headache. So we decided to find a place, a restaurant still around Viaduct Harbor with the shades or air conditioner or even a fan. But it was worth it to check the local events and see some beautiful skies, beautiful blue skies. So this is the Maritime Museum look from the outside, from Viaduct Harbor. And I am sure this museum was in an episode of My Life is Murder. Thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!